welcome to COMX-TV. My name is Mike.
And I'm Steve.
We're
glad you're watching.
Yes, we are.
We are your weekly guide to what's hot and what's not in the comic world. Bring you up to date on the comics, news, reviews, and latest books, and some previews of upcoming books and shows in the area.
All right, we've got tons of stuff, always. This week, we're going to start off with what are we going to start with?
I don't know. What do you want to start with? News?
Okay, we'll do some This Week in Comics.
Yeah, we'll do This Week Comic News.
Okay. Last week I told you about talking with your favorite industry pros on the computers, on the BBSs. Well, I got a little side note there. I received email, which is electronic mail, from Jeff Smith, creator of Bone, and he was requesting my home telephone number. I don't know what that means, but I think it means that an interview might be on the horizon.
Could be interesting.
I've been talking with Steve Grant and Steve Gerber. Steve Grant might be able to get us an upcoming copy of one of his books that aren't out yet. So we've got some good stuff going. If you have any questions regarding what we talked about in the BBS situation and talking to industry pros, just give us a contact here and we'll let you know.
Okay, for the news. A new title that could be good for kiddies is Biker Mice from Mars. Yes, Biker Mice from Mars. Marvel is releasing comic cartoon form this fall. Sounds kind of goofy, but it could be funny.
Yeah, could be good. Something the kids might like. There's going to be the cartoon and the movie, or the whatever, and the book. The ending of Akira has come. I'm saddened. I haven't read any of it, but I'm saddened. It's being released around August 26th. It should be 96 pages. They keep boosting it up. And the series is going to end after Neo Tokyo has exploded, and they're going to finish the whole thing up.
That could be interesting. More Image titles being canned, including Tribe, Trencher, which really stunk, Stupid, Max, Shaman's Tears. Tribe's creators have vowed to self-publish their book. Shaman Tears ends with issue number 5. Stupid with issue number 2 will be the last. And Trencher ends with issue number 5 also. Max will end with issue number 5. Seems 5 happens to be the magic number here. So most of the Image's problems stem from latest books. So we'll keep you up to date on that.
They're trying to cut back on everything. Maybe cut down a few titles. Try and keep things on time. Galaxy Novels is a new thing coming out. It's a new series of books set in a different format. 48 pages. It's got quick read text on the left and full color art by the industry's top pros on the right. It's printed on high quality paper and it's going to have the industry's top artists. And the first one is called Virtual Reality Zone. And there's going to be 18 different artists contributing to it. It's going to be out any day now. So check it out. It's a little different. It should appeal to both regular readers and comic book readers.
Okay, Adam West, who everybody knows with Holy Back Underwear, TV's Batman, and Carol Burnett may team up for a new CBS show. No, it's not Batman or anything near it, but it is Adam West. I wonder if it's gonna break Batman's mold he's been typecast in.
Holy Steve, what the heck was that?
Holy Bat Underwear.
Okay, and lastly this week, Jim Shooter's Defiant Comics debuts Plasm #1, which should be out this week coming up, or next week, or last week. It should be out any one of these few weeks, as long as they're on time. On the Plasm world, all things are organic. This is everything, including the people and living things. Everything's living. Let's see. Everybody knows the Plasm trading card set is out.
Plasm Bowl trading cards are also out.
Plasm what?
Plasm Bowl. It's like the Super Bowl, but it's called Plasm Bowl. The ball is alive, and if you get hit, you get munched up by little things on the side. Really awesome set of cards. I'll try and get some and put them on a future show.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, really interesting.
New news.
New news.
Let's see. Plasm Zero comes with the binder. It's around $60 locally if you can get it with the whole set of cards. And Defiant's put in a lot of advertising behind this, pushing it. And this new line will hopefully give the industry a little jolt. On-time shipping will play a major factor, and if the quality of books is as good as these cards, because they look good. The Plasm cards look good, and the concept is interesting. So check it out at your favorite comic shop.
Yes.
All right, we're going to start off with our reviews now. I am going to be the first one to review. Last week I gave you a rundown of my new disclaimer. I'm not going to bother this week. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, my first book this week is Love and Rockets #41, May '93. This book is by Gilbert and Jamie Hernandez. It's $2.95 printed magazine style, 16 pages, 2 ads, Black and White and from Fantagraphics Books. What can I say? Excuse me. There's a lot of people that like this series, so I thought I'd give it a try. The first story was screwy. No two ways about it. The rest were okay. They weren't bad. It's for mature readers. It deals with women in all kinds of different ways, but every story is about a woman. I have to give this another read, another issue, another read, because the art is good, the stories aren't bad, but there's something about it that I don't like, and I wouldn't generally read it. I'll give it a good, but no great here, and we'll see next issue.
Okay. For my first one, I'm going Flash, the fastest man alive, number 80. Okay. Brian Augustin is the editor, Gina Going is the colors, and Mark Wade does the story.
Where's she going?
Now I don't know, she's going that way as fast as Flash. There's two versions. There's a foil cover and there's a regular cover. The foil is $2.50 and the newsstand is $1.50. When an ex of Flash named Frankie with magnetic powers wants him back, he has to save the day and decide between Frankie and his new love, Linda. Who will he decide on? I guess you got to buy the book to find out, but I found this very interesting. I gave it a 2 rating, so I would definitely buy it.
All right.
Interesting.
Great. Tick number 12. Tick is great. It's from NEC or NEC, however they say it. It's black and white, costs $2.75. Ben Edlund writes and pencils, and Jeff Whiting is the inker. This book is great, period. I loved it from the first page. The art is great, very detailed. The stories are very good. I definitely recommend this one. In this issue, Barry Hubris, the old Tick, has lost rights to the Tick Cave. He's forced to give it up, and even though the Tick Cave is in his own house, he can't use it anymore. He has to let the new Tick use the cave.
Is he big or small?
They're big.
Oh, okay.
They're big. This is according to the Tri-State Superhero Congress. They said this. So there's more to it. Go get it. As I said, it's an excellent rating. 27 pages of story. It's worth every penny. Don't waste a second. Actually, wait until the show is over and then come in the store and buy it, because we don't want you leaving while we're still on.
Yeah.
The Tick is going to be a cartoon on Fox this fall. Hopefully it'll be half as good as the book. It's supposed to be a fill-in show.
Okay, that sounds cool. Could be interesting.
Tick's good.
For my second one, I'm going with Pit, number 2, Dead or Alive.
Spit.
Script by Brian Houghton, colors by Joe Chioda, and editor Sasha Lemelin. It's by Image, sells for $1.95. When an innocent girl is kidnapped during a bank robbery, it's up to Pitt to rescue her. And when a little boy and his grandpa are mistaken for Pitt, he also has to save them and reveal that he is the real target. Now this one, it gets a little graphic, but it's really, really cool. I would definitely buy this one. I gave it a top rating of a 3.
Is it for adults?
Nah, not really. No swearing, not really much violence. Well, there is violence, but there's a lot of blood in it, but I think you can deal with it. The blood's pink.
Oh, pink blood. Well,
Pink blood.
there's nothing to it then. Pink blood's washed out.
Yeah.
Okay, my last review this week is Doom Patrol from DC Vertigo. This is number 69. It's a good price at $1.95. It's done by Rachel Pollack and Linda Medley, who does pencils. Graham Higgins does the ink, and there's 24 pages of story. The art is good, but the story in this issue was just okay. It was, what was it? Oh, the short story in Vertigo Jam was better, and I liked it better. And I noticed there were background details lacking. In most of the sequences, there was no background detail. It was just plain. Not even walls. It's kind of weird. You do get a good variety of action, but I don't know. I'd pass it.
You'd pass that one?
I'd pass it.
Okay, I'd pass it too. Okay, for my third one, yes, nobody laughed. This is Barbie, number 33. Tina Robbins is inker, Louis Bahalis is lettering, and Anne-Marie Cool is the penciler. It sells for $1.25. Now, this book right here I'm dedicating to my little niece, Brittany. Brittany, she's a very devoted watcher every week. Hello, Brittany. This one is called Fashion Fraud. Can Barbie stop a design disaster? You can tell this one was drawn on a kid's level. It's not drawn very for adults. The women are like teenagers. It's easy to understand and easy to read. It's scary to say, but I actually like this one, so I gave it a 3 also. And yes, Brittany, you are getting an autographed copy from COMX-TV for watching.
And as long as you mentioned that, my girlfriend's child, Marie, she also reads Barbie. So I just wanted...
She'll get an autographed copy also,
I just
Marie.
thought I'd let her know that. Okay, and we're going to do our weekly top 6. This is based on local store sales. Number 6 this week is Detective Comics number 666. Okay, number 5 is Adventures of Superman number 504. 4 is Venom Funeral Pyre. This is number 2. And number 3 this week is Uncanny X-Men number 303. Number 2 and our weekly top 6 is Spawn number 12. Spawn is good art. The stories sometimes lack.
Todd McFarlane.
Good
Now it's Frank Miller.
Frankie did that one.
Frankie did this one.
Okay, Frankie. And number 1 in our weekly top 6 is Deathmate Yellow.
Yes, on the Deathmate series, there's different colors, and yellow is this week's color, and it is the top-rated seller.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we're going to do our quick off, rattle off a whole bunch of stuff, comics kind of thing here. And we're going to start off with Steve. Steve can do his.
Okay, I'm going to start off with Batman, Nightfall number 17. If you follow the Nightfall series, this is one of the top books. I definitely follow it. Next one, Exo Man of War. This one has like a foil cover. Very interesting. You open it up, it looks like it's tinfoil actually. This one's okay too. I would definitely buy and give it a shot. Next one, Warheads, Black Dawn. Don't bother. Okay, next one, Justice League, Lobo vs. Desperado. This one was a pretty good story. If anybody likes Lobo, stick with this one. Next one, Cyberspace 3000. Different kind of story, but I guess I could stick with it. Next one, X-Force. This one, so-so. Save your money, save it for something else. Last but not least, I'm going with Superman, Man of Steel. This is a great series. This is one of the series that's going to stick around. They're not going to drop this series when the real Superman comes back, so I definitely recommend buying this one.
All right, Stevie. Okay, mine this week, we start off with Ninja High School number 8. A lot of people like this one. It was fun, worth a second look. Pixie Junket number 1. This is a Japanese translated book. It's got that Robotech look. If you like that, get it. Otherwise, don't bother. Comics Greatest World. This is week 1. This is Rebel. Interesting story. It's not bad. Take a peek. Cerebus number 0. Never read Cerebus outside of the Spawn issue. This is fantastic art. Good story. Definitely takes growing.
You actually gotta like it. You gotta grow. It's gotta grow on you to like it.
Those are the exact words I said.
That's okay.
Well over 40 pages of art, no ads. It's great. Get it. I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't do it. Okay. Act the Barbarian number 1. This is from 1991, but I got it. It's not bad. If you see it in a 50-cent bin, give it a try. Motorbike Puppies from DZL. Mediocre art, bad printing, looks like photocopies. I hope all their books aren't like this. Okay, we got Popeye number 1. Okay, I can't stand reading the Popeye talk in here. It's hard to try to figure out what the heck he's saying. It's not bad. It's a bunch of short stories. Pretty good. And I know you saw this cover before. This is Veronica number 28. Nice cover. The stories aren't bad. Archie.
Cool.
All right. Steve is now going to do a review of Hero number 2.
Okay.
The long-awaited Hero number 2.
The long-awaited Hero number 2. Now, if anybody watched the show where I reviewed Wizard, basically Hero is almost the same thing, but I'm going to give Hero a mark above Wizard because they have roughly about 30 different contests that you can win, all different issues, number 1 issues, autographed issues. The artwork in it is very good, high-grade stock paper. They give you a lot of different advertisements, posters, gives you a lot of up-and-coming things that are coming up, and I would highly recommend this over Wizard. Yes, I am saying that. Hero over Wizard for the up-and-coming top-selling book. But we still have many more books to review in the weeks to come.
Including things like this, and this, and this, this, and more. There's all kinds of books we have to review.
Every week we're going to have a different review, whether you like them or not. We are going to have them.
Yes, we want to let you know, what's out there, what's worth buying. Okay, we're going to do our quick picks for this week. I'm going to start off because I decided to.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't argue.
These are our previews for the upcoming books. Number 1 this week I've picked is Twilight X number 4. This is from Antarctic Press. It's a black and white book by Joe White and costs $2.50. It's a supposed cult following with this book. I like the preview issues of the previews a few issues back. The Adventures of Toots and Jed continue. Looks pretty good. Give it a shot. Should be out in September.
September, okay. For my first one, I'm going with The Demon, number 42, by DC. When the demon is appointed Hell's hitman by the realms of angelic masters, Estrogen must hunt and destroy earthbound demons, but the angels aren't quite prepared for his enthusiasm. Yes, it's shipping date October 21st, and it does sound very interesting.
I see your writing changed on your cue cards there.
This is thanks to my wife, Susan Przybyla, who also does cameras. She has better writing than I do.
Okay, my next one this week is Dark Horse presenting, well, Dark Horse is presenting a Spike Lee comics. Floaters #1 is their first one that's going to be coming out. It's written by Sean Fagan and Sinke Lee, who is Spike's brother. Pencils are by Lance Tukes, who's new in the industry. It takes place in an alternate world where narcotics are legal and urban warfare is everyday life. There's more to the story. It looks kind of interesting. 32 pages, black and white, out September 23rd.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
Yeah, Spike does some weird stuff.
You ain't kidding. Okay, for my second one, I'm going with Gambit #1. A secret ceremony between thieves and assassins guild prompts Gambit to return to New Orleans. With Rogue at his side, what he discovers there will shock you. It's highly recommended. Shipping date is October 21st, and it's by Marvel. This sounds pretty interesting. They're going to all the different series like Sabretooth and Deadpool, so Gambit's getting his own series. And if it's like them two, should be top rating.
You're going to hit the camera yet.
Hit the camera yet.
Okay, Q Unit #1 is my next quick pick and my last one this week. In a distant galaxy, a formerly peaceful confederation of alien worlds has become corrupt and torn by civil strife. An Earth scientist from 1947 is captured and subjected to genetic experiments to make him a living weapon. Yep.
Okay.
Sounds cool. If you got Wizard #24, you have the first card in their 4-part series. You layer these cards on and it's going to make a picture.
Is that the see-through card?
Yeah, it's white see-through.
Yes, and if you have one that's totally clear like I got, complain to your dealer.
I don't know what it is.
It's supposed to have a picture of a man in it, and mine doesn't.
It's just a real light picture. This is going to be out in September, $2.95, 32 pages, no ads. No ads? Where did I get that from? How do I know that? I haven't seen it. How do I know?
No ads. Hey, he's good. He's psychic. Okay, for my third one, I'm going with Prophet. Having reestablished his link with the DOCC, Prophet and Kirby race against time to escape from the U.S. military infantry. They have infiltrated. However, maybe it's easier said than done, especially with Bloodstrike arriving on the scene to stop them. Meanwhile, in Washington, forces within the government initiated Disciple Directive, plus the introduction of a mysterious Judas. This is by Image, and it's shipping late October. It sounds very interesting.
What's DOCC?
I have no idea. Honestly, I haven't followed the series, so I guess I'm going to have to pick it up to find out. Maybe Stickman will let us in on that one.
What is DOCC?
Birth control.
Birth control? Okay, well that answers
now
it.
you know it's birth control.
Okay, don't want to control my birth. I liked it. Okay,
Coming down that canal.
that's our quick picks for the coming books. Next, we've got convention mentions, what's coming up in the area.
Yes.
Star Trek, as we say every week, Star Trek convention or exhibit over at the Science Museum until the end of August.
And the second Wednesday of every month, Knights of St. John Hall on Union and William Streets in Chickamauga holds a card and comic show. Possibly one of the biggest shows to hit the area will be held in September, the 18th and 19th at the Erie County Fairgrounds.
We're going to be there. We're going to have our shirts on. We
Yes.
might even do a live show.
Maybe people will recognize us and say, there's them two famous guys on COMX-TV.
I think we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll do a show there.
Maybe we'll do a show there.
We can get a good crowd around us scaring
That'd
the
be
shit
cool.
scaring the heck out of us. Okay, if you have a show that you'd like mentioned, or for general comments, suggestions, questions, etc., write to us at COMX-TV here at the address on the screen or at the end of the show.
Okay.
As we do almost every week, Steve talks about cards. Last week he didn't, but this week he's going to. What do you got this week, Steve?
Okay, this week I have two sets of cards. My first one is Star Trek Galaxy.
Can I see that?
Yes, here, you can see
That's
that.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. These cards right here, the Star Trek cards, they seem pretty good because some of them happen to be
Star Wars.
Star Wars, I'm sorry. Star Wars Galaxy. Not the Star Trek, Star Wars. Star Trek cards will be coming up on an up-and-coming show. Some of them are like detailed graphic art of different scenes from, one of the 3 movies. And out of them, then you have like different characters that you've seen in the movies. And here's Yoda, my favorite person. And here's, okay, we've got Stickman throwing cards in from everywhere. Yes, here's Skybox Masters, and these are the Star Trek cards. right here that are very interesting, as you can see right here, as Michael is helping me. But these cards, they sell for around $1 a pack, and I would recommend them. They're pretty good pictures on them, and they're gloss. I'd take them. For my
There's a nice eyeball on here too.
nice eyeball on that one. For my second set, I have the Valiant cards. Now these cards are sort of different. These are a more cartoonish card, more of like you'd see in comic books. Like here's Bloodshot, which everybody should know who Bloodshot is, and Eternal Warrior, you know, and here's Solar sitting with his costume off. In the back, he's holding an arm. God knows why, but this series, I would buy a pack and give it a try. I would definitely recommend these. So those are my 2 packs of cards that I'm reviewing today.
This eye looks good.
The eye
I mean,
looks
the
good.
arm.
The arm? Yes, he's holding an arm. So I would recommend these 2, definitely. In the up and coming weeks, I have a couple sets of cards that I would not recommend. I'm going to show which I'd not recommend, but these I definitely recommend go out and buy. Go to your comic book shop and buy them today.
Okay. All right, we've got another little addition here that we're going to have every once in a while. We have a collector who's going to give us some background information on some old collector's comics. Going to give us prices, why they're worth money, and
Where you can pick them up, why you should pick them up.
we'll have him on in 1 second.
Yeah.
Welcome, Bri.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
And
How y'all doing out there?
okay, what do you got for us?
Well, as you can see, I picked all these comics myself, as you can see by Stimpy. Anyways, I picked out 3 specific comic books this week, just to give you a little background on collecting as a hobby, and they're from the past. They start out at around 1973. Now, the first one might have a little comparison right now. It's called Spawn #1. I think everybody knows what it is. Does everybody know? Mike, do you know what Spawn #1 is?
No, what is it?
You got it. Well, Spawn #1 is the first appearance of Spawn by Todd McFarlane. It's one of the hottest titles out here from Image, and it's very good because it's one of the only Image books that's been on time, and people love it. Plus, McFarlane's art and writing are just phenomenal. It retails anywhere from $7 to $15 around the country, and that is actual prices. And I advise everybody to pick them up now if they can. Now, my second book goes back a little further. It's 1975. It's a Batman, what number? Batman 256, okay? It's what they call the 100-page giants. Back in the early 70s, they went down, DC and Marvel were having fun with making 52 or 100-page books. This one sold originally for 60 cents with 100 pages, and this, because of the way the book was set up, right along the sides here, they tend to break up a little, so it's very hard to pick up a decent copy of this book. Now, this also had a Catwoman lead-in story on it, and because of that and Catwoman's popularity with the second Batman movie, it came out, and it was an earlier 1970s appearance. That's one of the reasons that it's up there. Now, my last book is my own personal favorite. When I first started collecting comics, it's the one I wanted. It's Amazing Spider-Man 121. It's the death of Gwen Stacy. Now, for the longest time period, the original Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, found out who Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Well, he went and killed Gwen Stacy, Peter Parker's girlfriend. She's been dead. A clone came back, but that was stupid. They apologized for it and everything. But this book is very key, and it goes anywhere from $30 to $70, $70 in mint now, and it's appreciated over the years. And the major collectability is because Gwen Stacy died. It was the first time a major hero, other than Uncle Bennett's Amazing Fantasy 15, a major character in Spider-Man had died and was murdered, and it was pretty blatant. And the next issue that corresponds with it, 121, is a little more because the original Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, got murdered too. And that one's a little higher because the Green Goblin's a little more popular than Spidey's ex-girlfriend.
So what was this with this, they had battles on how many pages they could put in?
Yeah, basically back in the 70s, around 1970, the prices were going up and they didn't want to lose people to come out. Okay, now this is part truth and part speculation on my part. Don't quote me on this, something else could have happened. But in the same time span, from 1970 to around 1974, the price fluctuated from comic books from 12 to 15 cents, and then they went to a quarter, but for 2 months or a month straight, each company would have out 25-cent books with like 60 pages in them. Okay, and this time DC came out, like I said, with these 100 pages, and they did it with all their main titles. 100 pages for 60 cents. Where could you get 100 pages today for 60 cents? And like I said, this book probably goes anywhere from, this is a very fine copy to a fine copy, and in a mint copy, it would probably go anywhere from $25 to $35. Okay?
You might be able to get 100 pages for 60 cents if 98 were ads.
That's true. That would work. That would definitely work. That was good. I
All
like
right.
his humor. He's a good guy.
All right.
I like him.
This is good.
Well, thank you very
we'll
much
have
for
to-
asking me here today.
Okay, we'll have to do this more often. Let everybody know, you know, that are collecting and going back in time. Let them know what is out there and what things are worth.
What's going on, Stickman? I think he's got to drop down. Oh, okay.
His Stickman's dead.
And if Mike does have me back here, write in. Give us a couple books that we can use and put on the show, whatever you want me to go, and give you a reason why it's so high or why it's so low.
Yeah, one of your favorites. All right, thanks.
Hey, thank you. Thanks a lot for coming. And remember, Ren and Stimpy.
Now, tune in next week when we hopefully show our delayed feature on the Star Trek exhibit at the Science Museum. And we catch up what's happening in the comic world.
And more.
We know you're watching. Please write to us at this address if you have any suggestion comics, conventions, any type of shows coming up in the area. So, to COMX-TV, yes, with the address. So, I would
Yeah.
write to us.
We also mentioned last week we got a contest. We need
Yes.
we need
Mascot.
mascot with our logo.
With their
Or
logo.
something close to it. We want a mascot.
Yes.
We're going to give away some gift certificates for some comic shops, you know,
Some
and
free prizes.
books,
Some autographed COMX-TV prizes.
like everybody cares about
Like
that.
everybody cares, but hey.
When we're famous, you might want it.
Yes.
So,
When you patronize your local comic shop, tell them you've seen it on COMX-TV. See ya.
We'll sit still for too long. We've got to leave this place. We'll win with that to make it wrong. Another friend of mine, it's time to decide. Well, to survive, are you one of them? We make our second choices. Then move it away. Move on to the day. We make our second choices. Then move it away. Move on.
hi and welcome to COMX-TV. I'm Mike.
And I'm Steve. We're your weekly preview and review on comic books every week.
We're going to show you all kinds of good stuff this week. We have no interviews, but we've got some artwork that we're going to show you. All our regular features, cards, books, reviews, previews, as Steve said, and everything else. I was at the store today, and I saw something that I haven't seen in a while. Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, the old Stretch Armstrong.
They stretch him out about 6 feet long. I know he has nothing to do with comics, but I saw him anyways.
He's a collectible.
Not anymore. Maybe the old ones are. Let's see what else we got. Well, I guess we'll get into our news for this week. Let's see. As reported several weeks ago, Rob Liefeld did leave his Extreme Studios at Image. It appears this is more to isolate himself for better productivity and not for his acting career, as we first said. He was quoted as saying, quote, "I need to take my work to the next level, and that's what I'm doing," unquote.
Normal 501 gene commercials?
I guess not. The only thing he's specializing right on his Youngblood right now. He's going to try and get enough done that he can keep it as a monthly series, so
Cool.
it's not late.
Okay. In other news, Mad and Cracked magazine regular Don Martin has left Cracked magazine and will be creating his own humor book in the near future.
All right.
Cool.
He's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. As everyone buying comics this summer knows, there is hundreds of new titles coming out. All kinds of everything. And if you look around, there are also many new stores in the area.
Yeah, well, they're popping up everywhere now. All right. There has been a talk of an industry implosion. If and when it occurs, you will see many titles canceled, taken off the shelves, just destroyed. Publishing companies are folding, the stories are closing. Why? Well, for one specific Image. They're pulling 5 of their main titles off, Shaman's Tears, Pit. They're just pulling them off. So you'll see in the near future what we're talking about.
This apparent glut that is in the industry has nearly reached its peak, and there are only so many spending dollars out there for the general public. If you've only got $5 or $10 a week to spend, and there's